After a chilly New Year's Eve celebration in bivouac at Tarda, the competitors had only one thought in mind: to warm themselves up on the pistes of Morocco for a second day. This Wednesday, the caravan set its sights on Tagonite, a sandy route with a first taste of the dunes and a side order of rolling, back-breaking pistes over 319 kilometres of special stage. Among the 100 or so bike riders in the rally this year, there's one you cannot miss, even if you can hardly hear him coming. He is Bib 527, Willy Jobard. In 2011, the French rider won the second edition of the rally on a modified hybrid KTM. 3 years later, he came back with a hybrid factory bike, and now Willy Jobard is back with one goal: to get from Monaco to Dakar without using a drop of petrol. For the moment, the goal has already been met. We've still got 60% of battery left, so that's good. Everything went well. That's all I can say for the moment. We'll see how it goes. Today was just a little taster. Let's see how the rest of Morocco and Mauritania go. Clearly his goal is not victory. Willy is competing in the raid. The category allows riders and drivers to fully live the rally raid experience without the pressure of timekeeping. While navigating by GPS, he will be concentrating on the main goal: to show that a 100% electric machine can make it to Dakar. The goal is precisely this: to show that there's no difference between us and the petrol bikes. We know several people on 450s that are behind us. The goal is already achieved. We have power. We just need a bit more self-sufficiency to be able to finish all the stages. But so far, in principle, the goal of finishing without using any petrol is entirely feasible.
Zéro consommation d'essence, et c'est faisable, tout à fait.
Let's stay on two wheels and some of the troubles of the riders. Sporting bib number 88, Scott Britnell, travelled 24 hours from Australia to be here, and sadly on the first stage he had problems with his KTM. He came home in the sweeper truck with a broken engine to a very late finish, but after 20 years in the Australian Special Forces, he's no stranger to a sleepless night. Thankfully, because that's what the Motul Extreme rider had while repairing his bike solo. Happily, he was back on the start line on the 1st of January. The big news of the day was the abandonment of Paul Tarez. The Andorran took a nasty fall at the start of the special stage and was evacuated to undergo medical checks. Thankfully, a couple of broken ribs and a large bruise were his worst injuries, but his race is over for this year and he's on his way home. It was Guillaume Bourne who found him and alerted the emergency team. And as Jean-Louis Schlesser always says, if a competitor stops to help another, they get all their stoppage time back on the clock. I came across Paul, who had fallen. He was already standing, but I stayed with him. We called the helicopter because his Stella was destroyed. We waited for help. I think he maybe hit his head, but he seemed okay. After that, I cooled off a bit and I really concentrated. I was a bit more careful with my navigation than at the start. Then I rode with a legend, Olav Alseter. I was hesitant. I went in front. I made a mistake. He overtook. I overtook him. We yo-yoed all the way and finished together. The Moroccan rider finished 4th today. 8th yesterday, Jan Progero dropped one place to finish 9th. On board his heavy, powerful Harley-Davidson, the Spaniard rode really well. But his highlight, making a little boy very happy with a ride around the finish line on the mighty Harley. Very soon, this man will become a Senegalese citizen, and maybe he will become a local hero, like Mamadou Bokoum, who competed here a few years ago. Willem Martinez Boronat finished not only first Motul Extreme rider, but also first rookie rider by Turbis and 4th overall. It was a bit complicated at the start. I'm quite new to rallies. I'm just getting used to it. After 50k, I started to relax into it. I started to ride a bit faster. I rode with Montanari. And then we did nearly the whole stage together. It was good.
On l'a attrapé, après on a roulé un peu avec lui, mais c'était bien. Et voilà, et surtout
I need to be careful because I am in Malimoto and I can't risk damaging the bike. I also slowed down to save my tires and managed to do the whole stage.
gère un peu le gaz pour réussir à faire tout le spécial.
In third place today, we find Francesco Montanari. The Aprilia rider started gradually and had a lot of fun. The stage for him was all about getting into the rhythm. Physically, he feels ready, but all the same, he finished 32 minutes after the two men at the top. And both of them are extraterrestrials. One of them is Jacopo Ciruti. The defending champion led out this morning. Yesterday's winner had to open the stage, and pretty soon he found Buturi right beside him. He found the navigation difficult in this beautiful first real stage. The Italian stayed calm, even though he is now nearly 2 minutes behind in the GC. He knows there's still a long way to go. As you may have gathered, today's winner was Alessandro Buturi. The Yamaha rider is super happy to be here and battling it out with Ciruti. He won the stage in a time of 3 hours, 44 minutes and 46 seconds. It was a beautiful stage today. I left really fast to catch Jacopo. And after we got into a really good rhythm, the navigation was difficult, really difficult. We helped each other for the navigation. I'm happy to have won the stage. Today is the real start of the race. And I think there will be some difficult days here in Morocco because the tracks are rocky and challenging.
Saranno giorni duri qua in Marocco perché le piste sono veramente impegnative.
In today's stage, it was Buturi ahead of Ciruti, with Montanari making it a top 3 for Italy today. The first rookie rider and Motul Extreme rider is Guillem Martinez in 5th. In the GC, Buturi takes the lead ahead of his two compatriots, with Guillaume Born and Guillem Martinez making up the top 5. Onto the cars, and helmets firmly in place, harnesses secured, and they were off for the second day of one of the world's most beautiful rallies. Tomas Orednicek had some rear axle issues yesterday. The mechanics worked on it till 8:30 this morning so that he could take the start line, and he finished 5th. The results made him smile and motivated him to do even better. Yesterday, she was second. Magdalena Zajek is keeping up a great pace amongst the other cars. The Polish driver who won the T11 category at the Dakar 24 in this same car came in 4th today. A few issues today, or as he put it, it took him 10 minutes to get the jack working, but the thing that worried him the most was opening the race. Because yesterday, the WRC driver who raced in Finland and Spain this year surprised himself by winning the stage, which meant he had to lead out, a challenging task for his co-pilot. Yesterday, I was a bit worried and I wondered how it would go. In the end, it went well. Pierre really helped me with the navigation to make sure it was perfect. I didn't do too badly. Overall, we had a great day. Team 251 finished 3rd, more than 4 minutes behind this man, Vincent Froninx. For his first big rally raid, the Belgian trained all season in smaller races and seems to be learning quickly. He is well supported by Dave Bergmans, his co-pilot. And the fastest man of the day was Benoît Fretin. The Frenchman knows that it's not always the fastest who wins. He knows he has to drive quickly, but also know how to use his brakes when necessary. That didn't stop him from taking the win today, though, in 3 hours, 50 minutes and 48 seconds. It was a very rolling start. We were right up to the max the whole time. The start was really fast. A little strip of dunes for 3 kilometers to remind us what the dunes are about. And then we stopped for water after the dunes and we got lost for 5 minutes. But we were soon back on track. The end was really hard. After the rains of October, the tracks were super challenging. There were lots of danger threes which needed to be avoided. A beautiful stage. We'll see what happens next. The others were not far behind. We've got some time to take back tomorrow, but we've managed a good start. In the car rankings, Plein takes first place today, 12 minutes ahead of Vonings. Magdalena Zajic and Thomas Urednicek keep 2 Toyotas in the top 5. In the GC, the top 5 are the same as the day's rankings, and the first track of that is of Gerrit Zurmont. Lastly, in the historic category, husband and wife team Fabrice and Magali Morin are learning a new discipline. Even though they picked up a lot of penalties, they had a great time today and love being part of it all. They came looking for a challenge and they found it. They were third today. Far behind Kurt Dujardin, alongside René de Klerk, who was second here last year. They had 7 ZRs for 180 kilometres of ZR. The Belgians finished second with a score of 114 points, 31 from the winners of the day. As per yesterday and last year, Eric Claes and his son Tom won today. In a race where the human factor is to the fore, the father and son team work extremely well together. Not only are they competing in the Africa race, but these two are here with no electronic help, a real challenge for the co-pilot. Rankings in the historic category are as follows. Claes ahead of Dujardin with Fabrice Morin in third place, with the 2 all-female teams in 4th and 5th. Their overall is the same as Hélène Granduré and Sylvie David Boulin stay in the running behind the leading teams. Tomorrow sees a long stage of 546 kilometres from Tagonite to Tuisgi, with 452 kilometres of timed sector. Right off the bat, the competitors will find thrilling new pistes with deep sand, fast tracks and amazing landscape. That's it for today. Bye-bye.